That's better. This is what I wanted. Austin,
Caleb,
how are you this fine evening?
doing good. As we literally just discussed, it's light out
Yes.
when we're recording.
Yes, we usually record around 7:30. As you guys can see, we're not depressed anymore.
We have natural light. The seasonal depression is almost beyond us.
Now we just gotta get rid of all the snow, and we'll be good.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's happened like 3 times in the past month and a half where it's randomly warmed up, melted everything, and then boom, blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happened. It snowed a bunch like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah, like it was like bad. Like they closed a lot of things down.
And now half of it's gone.
Yeah, and it's just so annoying because if it didn't do that, I think all the snow would be gone today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
And it's always a fun guessing game when you're walking on the sidewalk and you don't know if it's ice or slush. So you step lightly thinking it's going to be ice, and then you just step into water, and you're like, well.
Or even worse, one step will be slush. You're like, oh, it's fine. And the next step will be ice. You're like, oh god.
No.
Well, welcome to Balls and Blasters today.
Episode 24.
It is episode 24. Dang, 24. That means we are if this was a weekly episode, which it's whenever we feel like it, kind of.
Right. It's been more every
Yeah,
other than
yeah,
than
which means that we're 2 away from 26, which is half a year. Which we have been doing this for more than a year now. We're actually we started in July.
I think it was July.
It was July. I have it written up there.
Yes, there it
yes,
is.
July.
Okay.
So we are over halfway through doing this. We're actually almost a 3/4 of the way through doing this for a year. So
we're getting there. It's going to be right upon us before we even know it.
exactly. We've been crazy. Well, Austin, what do we do here at Balls and Blasters?
For a quick recap, Balls and Blasters.
You guys should know by now, but just for those who don't.
Just for the lulz. Balls and Blasters. Caleb is the Blasters, and he likes to teach me about nerdy things that could include video games or TV shows, or we talked about dragons one time. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
And then I'm the Balls side. I try to teach Caleb about sports. And hopefully you enjoy our bickering, our conversation back and forth, and maybe you even learn something yourself. So,
yes. And I'm really excited. You said you had a quickie today.
that is interesting terminology to use. For the first time, really honestly, since the first couple episodes, I might go short.
Hey,
we'll see. I don't know.
I would love to see that because I feel like I'm always the one that I feel like I have like nothing compared to you. But you go in such good detail. It's like it's worth it.
I only have 2 pages of notes instead of 3 pages like normal. So, unless I get to rambling,
we'll see that here. Well, Austin, should we start off this episode with a quick little rock paper scissors game?
I suppose we can. Caleb, we
last episode I won.
I'll say yeah, we didn't update it yet. So, with an updated score, what are we at?
We're at 17-6 Austin currently, but I did win last episode.
You did win last episode. You could be on a hot streak here. We'll see.
Don't jinx me now. All right, shall we on shoot?
On shoot.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No, and I get. Austin, I threw out paper. Austin threw out scissors.
I was very hesitant. I was gonna throw rock, but then last moment I was like, not so fast, my friend. Give me the old snip, snip.
All right, Austin, what's your little quickie for us today?
Stop saying that. All right, Caleb. Last episode, I'd actually like to tie in last episode to this episode.
Perfect. This is gonna be a 2-parter.
Yeah, right. Last episode I talked about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about the World Baseball Classic and its origins, and how about there's a new tournament coming up. Well, it's kind of fitting that we didn't record last week and we're recording today because the tournament just wrapped up yesterday.
Oh.
It wrapped up with a 3-2 victory, Venezuela over the United States of America.
I saw that. I don't know where I was watching it, but I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that Venezuela won.
Yes, topical for those aware.
Very.
But it was a very exciting tournament. I think there's a couple of games that the U.S. played in that were the most broadcasted games in the history of the tournament, which I think is helped by the fact that Fox usually covers the World Series, and forever this tournament was on like MLB Network, which is kind of a niche channel that not everybody has. But Fox FS1 was broadcasting most of these games for the first time, and I think that helped with ratings quite a bit. People seem to be pretty excited. So the World Baseball Classic was a rousing success. I had ended my topic last episode talking about how we're on a crash course for USA versus Japan, part 2 back-to-back. Japan got upset in the quarterfinals by Venezuela.
Oh, and they went in to win it all.
They went on to win it all. The U.S. kind of crapped the bed. It was, for making the championship game, it was a very uninspiring performance, to say the least. But in the end of the day, it was good for baseball and whatnot. So, Caleb, from one topical topic to another current thing that actually also the World Baseball Classic ended yesterday. Caleb, do you know what started yesterday?
March Madness.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew March Madness.
Have you filled out a bracket yet?
No, I don't fill out brackets. I know I'm gonna lose.
That's fair.
That's
the fun part.
Yeah, I filled out one in like high school, and I actually got way farther, but I didn't like keep up with basketball at all.
Yeah.
So it was like amazing that I got as far as I did.
That's the fun part, though. I think there are experts out there who routinely put out really bad brackets, and there's people that choose colors and flip coins and their favorite mascots and do better than some people. So
I feel like isn't it like such like it's anybody's like tournament really?
For the most part. We'll get into some quick facts to describe who wins, how easy it is to win.
Okay.
So, but yes, I've worn my Duke Blue Devils hat. I've stated that I'm a Duke fan before. Obviously, I'm a Celtics fan as well. I'm just getting all the cool points.
Of course. Just 2 Celtics fans.
This is a Jason Tatum jersey, so it goes with my Duke hat because that's where Tatum went.
Oh, I think I knew that.
For his 1 year. So yeah, I'm going to talk about March Madness today. Specifically, just 3 sections I've got. Some quick fun facts / background. Nothing super in-depth, just to kind of get the idea of how we got to the 68-team tournament that we have today.
68. That's why it's so lucrative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Is Harvard a team?
I believe they have made the tournament before. Ivy League schools generally don't fare that well when they make it. I think Princeton had a couple wins in a tournament once upon a time.
I just wore this.
Yeah. And then I'm going to talk about everybody's favorite part about March Madness is the Cinderella team, the team that no one expects to make it far. We'll talk about a couple of those fun scenarios, and then I'll just give a couple quick of my favorite moments that have happened.
Perfect. Let's get right into it then.
Right on into it with some fun facts. March Madness, Caleb, was first used all the way back in 1939.
1930. That's a long time.
It's a long time ago. What's the quick math on that one, Caleb?
It's, isn't it 39, you said? 87 years. No, that's totally wrong.
Was that 65 plus 26? So 91?
91, yeah. I was close.
65 plus 20. Yeah, 91. 91? Am I
92.
doing that? 92?
No. Oh, gosh.
We're not a math podcast.
It's 80s. It's in the 80s.
Well, so 19, it would be, what did I say? 61. I said 65. Am I dumb? I am dumb.
I think Caleb.
61 plus 26.
61 plus 26.
That's
yeah.
easier. That is 87.
Oh, let's go.
Task failed successfully.
Yeah. I don't know how I got that. I did not think that the right way, but
it's okay. It's episode 24. Mamba mentality, Caleb. We keep going.
yeah, let's go. I like the speed we're going at.
It's not very fast. First, March Madness. The term was quipped in 1939 by a man by the name of H.V. Porter. Porter was
That's just a 1939
100%, 100%. Porter was writing an essay about the excitement of the Illinois State High School basketball tournament. I think he was on their board or their activities board or whatever for the state, and because usually the tournament was wild and crazy, and I think Illinois basketball, not quite Indiana basketball level, but pretty good basketball. He described it as madness, March Madness. It did not become a popular term in college basketball until 1982, when famous broadcaster Brent Musburger used it to describe the men's tournament specifically. He basically used it repeatedly over and over again until people were like, "Oh, that's such a good phrase. We'll call it March Madness," and here we are.
Just took like 40 years.
Just a while, just a little bit. The first tournament to determine a men's national basketball champion took place in 1939. It was an 8-team tournament. There was a East Regional of 4 teams. There was a West Regional of 4 teams, and then you have your bracket from there. The first ever basketball national champion for the men, Oregon beat Ohio State 46-33. Just a barn burner.
That's a pretty low scoring basketball game.
Yeah.
Was this back when they did like the granny shots was the optimal way to play?
I'm sure that's in that era, yes. The first women's tournament took place in 1982, and the first ever women's national championship went to Louisiana Tech. They beat Cheney University 76-62.
That's getting a little better.
Getting a little better, more modern. Mm-hmm. Both tournament fields nowadays, as I had mentioned, field 68 teams. It used to be, so it was 8 and then it was 16. I don't know if it went from 16 to 64 or if it went to 32 and then 64, but they essentially just keep adding teams. And it was I think 1982 is right around when I have a note somewhere here, I think, when it became 64 teams. That's what everybody knows the tournament as. But there is 68 teams now. There's which is happening yesterday as we're recording this and tonight as we're recording this, called the First Four. It's the first 4 games that get played. That it's essentially a play-in game to the tournament.
Austin.
Yes.
68 teams isn't a perfect square.
No.
What do those 4 extra teams do in the tournament?
That's what the first 4 is.
Okay, so they just get added in.
So 62, let me get my math right here. 60 teams get automatically placed into their seeds and into their games for the first round. And then it's essentially the next 8 teams, they play 4 playing games. So it's part of the tournament, but it's not the actual tournament. So those 8 teams play, there's 4 winners. They slot in to create a 64-team bracket.
Okay.
It is a money grab by the NCAA. They play it in Dayton, Ohio every year. So Ohio. It's essentially like as if, because the first round of the tournament is always Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So as if that wasn't enough, they're like, what if we made it also Tuesday and Wednesday and just make a whole week of basketball?
So your 45-year-old dad can watch his college maybe play on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
It's all money, Caleb. And there's talks of them expanding the field more. I hope that doesn't happen. There's enough teams. So, yes. Interestingly enough, March Madness was specifically a men's tournament thing forever and ever and ever, the women were not allowed to use it. It was just the women's national basketball tournament, or whatever they officially called it. That changed in 2022 when the women were allowed to use the branding as well. I don't know the legality or why that was a thing. Just how it was.
It's just of the times.
I guess. Two differences between the men's tournament and the women's tournament. The men play all neutral site games at predetermined neutral sites. The women play the first and second round games at the home site of the higher seed. So I think that's to help attendance, pretty much. But it's also cool to see national tournament games played on the home court. Allows for a better environment. And then the NCAA estimates that somewhere in the ballpark of 60 to 100 million brackets get made every year.
Holy.
And I think this is just for the men's tournament. It's a lot. There's never been a perfect bracket.
Isn't it like you have a better chance of like getting the lottery like every time it's been like active than getting a right bracket?
I believe that is correct. The odds of a perfect bracket, and I have no idea how many zeros this is, 1 in 9.2 quintillion.
Holy mother.
Basically, it's not going to
happen. Yeah. I know Warren Buffett has you get $1 million. It's like $1 million if you get a right bracket.
Right. So it's funny. I remember when we were growing up, this might have been high school. There was some, I don't know if he was like a high schooler, maybe college kid. He put together a near perfect bracket, somewhere in the ballpark of 80 to 90% of the correct picks. And I remember him being on Good Morning America.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which just goes to show it's kind of wild to even get that close. I think the best I've ever done is probably 60% correct picks.
Dang, that's still pretty good.
Which is purely luck. And I'm pretty sure I have this from one of my favorite memories thing. I'll just leave that until I get there. But the best bracket I ever had was the first bracket I made. And that's back when I knew nothing. And I follow college basketball more, and I suck.
You're too much bias.
Yeah. Yeah. Since the tournament expanded to 64 teams in 1985, there's the year, only 6 double-digit seeds have even reached the Final Four. The lowest seed to ever win a national title was 8-seed Villanova in 1985. So there's 4 1 seeds, 4 2 seeds, 4 3 seeds, all the way down to 4 16 seeds. Obviously, the 1 seeds are the best teams, supposedly, and the 16 seeds are the teams that are just happy to be there. So, yeah, if you're really a seed 9 or lower, they've never won a national championship, and you probably don't have much of a chance. But we do have a number 9 Cinderella to talk about that almost did.
Okay.
So, yeah. Those are my quick little fun facts / background of March Madness. Caleb, do you have any thoughts and opinions?
So if you're making a bracket, like, you almost guarantee like anything like a 9 seed or lower is not gonna be up there.
Pretty much. You can 9 and lower is where your Cinderella should come from. When I fill out a bracket, I try to, and again, this is coming. I don't know. I watch Duke basketball. I watch some of the ACC. I watch some of the Big 12 because they're also on ESPN. So I don't spend my days watching college basketball. I'm not an expert by no means, but I always go for some level of chalk, meaning the higher seeds winning all the time. But I always try to throw in one Cinderella, so a 9 seed or lower that makes it to the second weekend. So like the Sweet 16, maybe the Elite 8. And I try not to put all 1 seeds in the Final Four because it's so easy. They're 1 seeds for a reason. How is anybody going to beat the 1 seed, Caleb?
Whoa. You got two, hey, the 2 seeds can't be that bad.
Exactly. So it's a variation of really just trying to have fun with the bracket. I never put I used to put together like 10 just various different ways to see which method would be better.
Just do one where all the 16 seeds win.
Yeah. But the last few years I've only put together one, sometimes two. I always put together a bracket where Duke wins, and I usually just leave it at that. But there's some times where if I get put into a group that is doing brackets, then I'll put in a different bracket where Duke doesn't win, just to not be a homer. But I'm not going to be the sucker that picks Duke to lose them at one bracket and then they go and win that year, right? Not let it happen.
That would suck. Like the 1 year you're like, I don't think they're gonna do it this year, and they win.
What was your question? It was about putting a bracket together.
Yeah, just like you just don't want to like have anybody in the 9 or in the 9 seed or lower,
pretty much.
Like getting high up.
Pretty much. If you have a team 9 seed or lower winning the national championship, probably not going to happen. It's only come close once. We'll get to it. I think it's been close a couple times, but it's really just not likely. But if that's what you do and you're right, good for you, man. Props to you.
I feel like also filling out a bracket, like if you're not in like those first like 3 seeds, it is going to be really hard to figure out who beats who, because I feel like if you're between the 9 and the 16 seed, like you're pretty at the same level.
To some sort. There's quite honestly between, I would say, even as high as like a 7 seed all the way down to maybe a 12 seed, there's not that much difference. And some people would argue it's better to be a 10 seed versus a 9 seed, because the winner of the 8-9 game more than likely has to play the number 1 seed in their region, whereas the winner of the 10 versus 7 game will have to face, I think it's like the 4 seed.
Okay.
Or something like that, if I have it correct. So essentially, there's weird places to where it almost benefits to be a lower seed. Obviously, everybody wants to be a 1 seed. Can't always be a 1 seed. But, yeah.
Okay.
So, again, it is a total crapshoot. Yeah. 1 in 9.2 quintillion. I think is that like 15 zeros?
That's Quinn is 5. So
I'm going to guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say 15 is probably right.
Yeah. So it's not likely.
Yeah.
Because pentillion would be like 5.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Pentagon, 5.
Yeah, okay.
So quintillion, that feels like 15 to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm probably totally wrong on that.
Because that's in...
Isn't quince, or what's quince in Spanish?
I don't know. I'm trying. All I know is French.
We are not a math podcast, and we're sure as hell not Rosetta Stone either.
But I can count to 10 in French.
Do it right now. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nerd. Yeah. Okay, moving on to Cinderella runs, and this is limited to within the last 25 years, more recent ones. And we'll go in chronological order.
Okay.
Are you ready, Caleb?
I am. What year are we starting in?
We're starting in 2006.
Ooh, is this pretty recent?
Pretty recent. 2006, George Mason. Not a person, it's a school. Well, it was a person. I'm sure it was a person, but that person has their name on a school.
Okay.
I don't know who George Mason is. Probably old, probably not living.
Most likely. That's a good guess.
George Mason, the school, they were a number 11 seed in 2006. They defeated number 6 Michigan State in the first round, number 3 North Carolina in the second round, number 7 Wichita State in the Sweet 16, and the number 1 seed UConn in the Elite 8 to make it to the Final Four. Number 11 George Mason, making it all the way to the Final Four. They are not a team that makes a tournament very often. They're an 11 seed. quite the run they had. This is back in the baggy shorts era. Like the highlights of this run are amazing.
Like this is, you could almost say they went on a Cinderella run.
Uh-huh. They sure did. Unfortunately, their run would end in the national semifinal to number 3 Florida, but they were the first double-digit seed to reach the Final Four since 1986, when LSU, I believe, was like a 10 seed that made it.
I mean, if I was on that team, I'd be pretty happy. I'm
yeah.
like, guys, we got this far.
Right. I mean, it's farther than a double-digit seed had been in 20 years. It's a long time. So, George Mason, our first Cinderella, our first shout-out. 2008, Caleb, 2 years later. The number 10 Davidson Wildcats. They defeated number 7 Gonzaga, number 2 Georgetown, number 3 Wisconsin to make it all the way to the Elite Eight, where they unfortunately fell short to number 1 Kansas, 59-57.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Almost made the Final Four. Caleb, this Davidson run is pretty historic and very well known for 2 reasons, because they entered the tournament on a 22-game win streak, and were still a 10 seed, which is kind of crazy. But their star player, they were led by the one, the only, Steph Curry.
Wait, really? Oh, yeah. No wonder why they made it so far.
This is where Steph Curry became a household name. And if you're wondering if he was like that back in the Davidson days, Curry became the 4th player ever to score 30-plus points in his first 4 tournament games.
Dang.
So he was popping off.
All from the 3?
A lot of them were, yes. A lot of them were. So, yes, Curry made a name for himself 2008, and of course, he's a future Hall of Famer. That is the 2008 Davidson Wildcats. A very fun story. 2011, a school by the name of Virginia Commonwealth University, better known as VCU. Shortened initials.
The Commonwealth, like Fallout.
Maybe.
You guys get it.
VCU, they were a number 11 seed in 2011. They defeated number 11 USC. This is how is an 11 seed beat an 11 seed. This is the first year of the first 4. So VCU had to play Southern California in the playing game to get into the tournament.
Okay. So they already did pretty good themselves.
Right. I mean, you won your playing game. So they defeat USC in the playing game. Then they went on to beat number 6 Georgetown, number 3 Purdue, number 11 Florida State. So they beat 2 11 seeds in their run, which is fun. And number 1 Kansas. They lost eventually to number 8 Butler in the national semifinal. So here's our second double-digit seed, Cinderella, that has made the Final Four, but unfortunately lost in the national semifinal, both 11 seeds, which is interesting. VCU was the first team to go from the first 4 to the Final Four. And despite their low seed, they had 4 wins in this run that came by double digits. So it's not like they were scraping by anybody. They were winning comfortably as an 11 seed on their way to the Final Four, which is pretty impressive.
They were establishing.
They were establishing dominance and letting everybody know about it. 2013 here, number 15, Florida Gulf Coast University.
Florida Gulf Coast.
Yes, heck of a name. I believe this is a college that has only existed since the early 90s.
They're baby college.
They are. Number 15, Florida Gulf Coast University. Also better known as Dunk City.
Now I can get behind that.
Why were they known as Dunk City? They were a high-flying basketball team. They just threw lobs and dunked on everybody.
God, imagine getting your just shit rocked by this like double-digit seed that's like alley-oop into each other.
Seriously, you got to look for those that are unaware of Dunk City. Look up the highlights. It's electric.
I mean, how do you even defend against that? Like, you trade like against these teams that have like got all these plans. These guys are just lobbing it to each other.
It worked, man. It worked. They defeated number 2 Georgetown in the first round and number 7 San Diego State in the second round. They unfortunately lost to number 3 Florida in the Sweet 16. So they made it to the second weekend of the tournament as a number 15 seed, which isn't, they didn't make it as far as our previous teams, but it is impressive in the sense that they were the first ever 15 seed to reach the second weekend of the tournament. So breaking new ground.
I mean, that's awesome. I would just love to see that.
It was electric. It was a time to be alive. 13-year-old me was very entertained. I guess 12 years old at the time. Semantics. 2018, Caleb. This is probably my favorite Cinderella of all time. We have number 11, Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago, number 11 seed. Something about being the number 11 seed. I don't know. They defeated number 6 Miami in the first round. Number is that 8? I think that's 8. Probably 8. Number 8 Tennessee in the second round. Number 7 Nevada in the third round, and number 9 Kansas State in the Elite 8 to make it to the Final Four as an 11 seed. They would also lose in the national semifinal to number 3 Michigan. These teams, they just one step away from the biggest game in the whole tournament, just one step. I had mentioned VCU was running teams out of the gym almost in their Cinderella run. Loyola Chicago, their first 3 wins of the tournament came by a combined 5 points.
Oh, shit.
They were legit Cinderella, just barely scraping by. They had a pretty sick buzzer beater in the first round against Miami. I remember watching that at home. That was sick. So yeah, they were barely scraping by, but they made the Final Four. They put up the best fight they could against Michigan. It just wasn't meant to be. Loyola Chicago, their 2018 Cinderella run, is also probably even better known for their biggest fan, Sister Jean.
Sister Jean?
Sister Jean. Have you ever heard of Sister Jean?
I have not.
Sister Jean, rest in peace. She, at the time, was where are my notes? A 98-year-old Catholic sister and team chaplain. Oh. And she became a household name. They brought her along to all the games that they played. So she was all the way in the Final Four and everything. I'm pretty sure she was at the Final Four.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she became a household name. Sister Jean, the GOAT. 2022, we have another number 15 seed, Caleb. St. Peter's. Number 15, St. Peter's. They defeated number 2 Kentucky, number 7 Murray State, and number 3 Purdue. They would lose to number 8 North Carolina in the Elite 8. So this is one of the more true definitions of a Cinderella. St. Peter's was 19-11 when the tournament started. So, 19-11, you won most of your games, majority of your games. It's a good season, but when you play the schedule that St. Peter's play, that's not going to be good enough to get in that large bid. They were nowhere near good enough to be in the 68-team field, so they had to go and win their conference tournament to get an automatic bid, and they found a way to do that. And not only that, this was just their 4th tournament appearance ever. And in the previous 3 tournament appearances, St. Peter's had never won a game. They had lost all 3 times. And a number 15 seed had only just recently made the Sweet 16 for the first time, Florida Gulf Coast, Dunk City in 2013. So St. Peter's did even better than those guys. They made it all the way to the Elite 8, the furthest a 15 seed has ever come to the Final Four, right on the doorstep, knocking on heaven's door per se. But it was not meant to be for St. Pete. Sad. Yeah. So that is 2022, number 15, St. Peter's. And we have one more Cinderella, Caleb. One more. This is quite an interesting one. And I had mentioned that the lowest seed to ever win a national title was a number 8 seed, Villanova, 1985, I believe. What did my notes say? 1985, yes. But Caleb, just a year later, after St. Peter's Cinderella run, we have 2023 and number 9 Florida Atlantic University.
Mm.
They defeated number 8 Memphis, number 16 Farley Dickinson, number 4 Tennessee, and number 3 Kansas State. Lost to number 5 San Diego State in the national semifinal. I bring this up as I bring up the never lower than an 8 seed to win because I think if I remember right, and I just watched a video the other night of best March Madness moments, I believe San Diego State hit a buzzer beater to knock off Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic was winning, and they were about to go play for a national title, and then San Diego State hits a buzzer beater.
Oh, that sucks.
So this 2023 was an interesting year. For a lot of tournaments recently have been chalk, a lot of 1 seeds and 2 seeds just winning everything. In 2023, the Final Four was number 9 Florida Atlantic versus number 5 San Diego State in one semifinal, and number 5 Miami versus number 4 UConn, University of Connecticut, in the other semifinal. Only 2 1 seeds in this tournament even made it to the Sweet 16, and they lost.
Oh.
So
somebody's got to get their statistics right.
So yeah, 2 1 seeds didn't even make it to the second weekend, and the 2 1 seeds that did lost immediately. So kind of a crazy year for March Madness. It was definitely mad that particular year. Number 1 overall seed Purdue that year lost to number 16 Farley Dickinson, who then went on to lose to Florida Atlantic. So perhaps Purdue losing helped spark FAU's run to the Final Four because they didn't have to face the number 1 seed in their region. So yeah, that is our most recent real Cinderella. There's always a double-digit seed that pulls off an upset, but they usually lose the next game. It's just hard to string together wins when you're not a higher seed. Talent disparity and whatnot.
More like dumb luck than anything else.
It really sometimes comes down to exactly that. So, do you have any questions on Cinderella, Caleb?
On Cinderella, third one's the best. Talk about the movies. No, I just didn't know there were 68 teams now.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It is a lot. It is.
No wonder why it's such a hard bracket to get.
Seriously, it's single elimination. A lot of people will tell you it's the hardest national championship to win. I tend to agree.
I mean, you got to face like a ton of different teams that like you could be like if you are like a double-digit seed, you're kind of screwed almost.
Right. Ton of different teams that you have to prepare for. And you don't get a lot of time to do it. That's why it's beneficial to be a higher seed, especially a 1 seed, because usually you get a little extra time to scout for your next game if you keep winning. So yeah, that's Cinderella. And then real quick, just to wrap up, I am moving pretty quickly here.
Yeah,
so
it was a quickie.
Just a couple of my favorite March Madness moments. I had mentioned the very first bracket I ever filled out was an actual paper bracket, and it was for a work. My dad's work league. I filled one out, and it was the best one I ever filled out. And it was 2015, so I would have been 14 years old. And all I knew was Duke. I didn't really care about anything else. But I correctly predicted the Final Four that year, which I have still not even come close to that since. The best I've done is 2 out of the Final Four. I don't even think I've come close to 3, let alone getting all the Final Four correct. I correctly picked Wisconsin and Kentucky in one semifinal, with Wisconsin beating Kentucky. I correctly picked Duke and Michigan State in the other semifinal, and I picked Duke to beat Wisconsin. For the 2015 National Championship, that is the best I've ever done. I have not come anywhere near close since then. Another favorite March Madness moment. The University of North Dakota has made the NCAA tournament before.
Really? That's surprising.
It was back in 2017. They were a number 15 seed.
Sounds about right.
But they were not destined to make any further noise. They had to go play number 2 Arizona, and they would lose 100-82.
Oh,
It's a lot of points to give up, but at least they scored a lot too.
yeah. I mean, it was a high-scoring game, so it means like
Right.
they just scored a little more.
There was a decent bit of Sioux fans that traveled to watch that game, and that UND team, that era of UND basketball, men's basketball specifically, had some fun and exciting players to watch, so that was cool. And then also, I guess, just because it's crazy and I never ever thought I'd ever see it, but 20 when did so Virginia basketball won the national championship, and I want to say 2019. I think that's when Tony Bennett finally got over the hump for Virginia, which would make 2018, so the year after UND got bounced by Arizona, was the first time a 16 seed ever upset a number 1 seed in the first round. That was UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. I think that's what it is. They upset number 1 Virginia. I don't remember if Virginia was the number 1 overall seed that year, but they were a number 1 seed. And this wasn't just a buzzer beater. They beat them by about 20 points.
Oof.
It was just bad.
You gotta feel bad if you're the 1 seed. You're like, oh, really?
Yeah. First time it ever happened. And yeah. And then it happened again in 2023 when Farley Dickinson beat Purdue. That was also a pretty massive upset. Obviously, is the massive upset. It's number 16 over number 1. It's the only 2 times it's happened, though.
I think I remember that, even though I don't keep much madness. I think I remember like that being a huge thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the fun part. Last year, there wasn't really a Cinderella. There's a couple of exciting first weekend games, but none of them made it beyond that, really. So maybe we'll get one this year. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, we will see.
We shall see. So unless you have anything else, Caleb, I'm done with my section. I'm all wrapped up here.
Well, Austin, that was a great little bit of March Madness. I also have something. It's not. It might be a little mad, but it's also starts with an M. Austin, what is your favorite game?
My favorite game?
Yes, of all time.
Ooh, I can tell you the game I have the most hours in.
I think I have it right here.
It starts with an M.
Yeah. Would it be Minecraft?
It sure would.
Yeah. Well, Austin, would you believe or not, today my topic is Minecraft.
Well, I'm well versed in these realms.
Oh,
see what I did
we might
there?
talk about some realms today. So I originally was gonna do. I was thinking about like video game like Q&A stuff, because I just had dedicated WAM per server in my mind all week.
That was that a
Minecon.
Minecon? Was that a question to Captain Sparkles? Is that who was answering that question?
No, I think it was a Minecraft developer.
Was it a developer? Okay.
Yeah, and
I couldn't remember it.
And the kid just walks up and just goes, "How much dedicated WAM per server?" And they go, "What?" And the kid just walks off. No. He said again. He goes, "I just want to know how much dedicated WAM per server." And then they're like, and then he just walks away.
Asking the real questions.
So my original video was to do that, and then I was like, maybe I can do just a Minecon video.
Yeah.
Kind of a crazy, like, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening at Minecon. We're gonna save that for another day because I do want to do that eventually.
Okay.
But I was like, I need more time for this. I need to let this cook a little more.
All right.
So I was like, what's a little easier to do? No, just Minecraft.
Why not?
Because I was also thinking about, for the original things, have you ever heard the "Do you guys not have phones" bit?
It doesn't really ring a bell.
Perfect. When we get to it, you'll learn about it.
Okay.
So, Austin, what is Minecraft? I'm glad you asked. So Minecraft is a blocky, like, I'm telling people like they don't know what Minecraft is. I feel like this is the one thing that I think even on your side, people know what Minecraft
I'm
is.
sure most people have
Yeah.
experience, but it doesn't
But-
hurt. Kind of like the intro to our podcast, Caleb. We might as well give them a quick rundown.
Exactly. So, Minecraft is a procedurally generated blocky world that you survive in. You are a player character, and you spawn into a random world. It's got a bunch of different biomes, like the plains, jungles, deserts, and everything's a block. Pretty much everything. And you basically try to survive or thrive and create stuff in this Minecraft world. There's the mining part, which you can go mine for materials like diamonds. Ooh. Or you can craft stuff. Like you can craft like a bow or a pickaxe to go mine stuff. Or a different bunch of stuff. You can even craft like enchantment table to make your weapons better or your pickaxe better. I'm gonna get to this a little later. But Austin, I'm gonna have you guess right now, how many copies of Minecraft have been sold?
Goodness. I'm gonna assume it's in the millions.
I'm just gonna tell you, Minecraft is at this moment the best-selling game of all time.
Goodness. I don't even know where to start. Because I know. Isn't GTA 5 up there too?
GTA 5 is up there, but Minecraft beats it heavily.
Okay.
Even if you would say Wii Sports is included with the Wii,
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft still beats Wii Sports insanely.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to sound crazy. 50 million.
You will find out soon.
Because
I'm just gonna tell you, you are nowhere near it.
I didn't want to guess 100 million, but
you are way too conservative.
okay.
Yes, Minecraft is though the best-selling game of all time, created by Marcus Persson, a Swedish game developer. So, Minecraft was officially released in 2011, but Austin, I know for me and you, that's not the year we first experienced Minecraft.
Correct.
Minecraft was released into an open alpha. I almost said beta. Open alpha in 2009. So it was a very, very rough state. And there was no like survival elements. There was not really like anything. You had like a few blocks, like you had wood, grass, dirt, and like cobblestone. And you basically just could place stuff down or take it away. There wasn't a whole lot of development. But Marcus Persson, also known as Notch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refer to him by Notch from this point just because it's a little easier and to say Marcus Persson.
I think more people would know Notch anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't know where Notch Apple comes from, it's the creator of the game. So, they released the open alpha around 2009. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't even the alpha yet. I apologize. It was the pre-alpha. You've heard. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I typed all of this in kind of a rush, so my notes are a little scattered a little bit. So yeah, the pre-alpha was released in 2009, which most games don't get a pre-alpha.
It is wild.
It is usually an alpha that is a very closed alpha, and then an open beta, and then you release the game.
Mm-hmm.
You don't typically get something before the alpha, but Notch like, hey, I am really proud of this. I think this could be something. I'm gonna release the pre-alpha, and boy, did people love it. Now, at this time as well, it wasn't called Minecraft. Dawson, do you know what Minecraft was originally called?
I've definitely read it before, but I would not be able to dig in the deep reserves of my mind.
It's even more simpler than Minecraft. It was originally called Cave Game.
Cave Game. That does kind of ring a bell.
Yeah. Notch called it Cave Game because it's like, hey, you go in caves. But there was a lot of more aspects than just going to caves. So we thought, hey, that's kind of not representative of what the game actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So we changed to Minecraft. It was inspired by games like Infiniminer, which was where the block building and the mining took place, and Dwarf Fortress, which Dwarf Fortress, if you guys don't know, is this very, very like pixelated, in-depth game where it's 90% of the game is you're reading text of stuff that happens. And also Dwarf Fortress also inspired one of my favorite games, RimWorld. But yeah, Notch had the procedural generation, so that all these different like hills and valleys and rivers could be made. Every world was different. No two worlds would ever be the same unless they had the same seed. And so every Minecraft person, or every player got a new experience technically out of it. The lighting system was pretty rushed in the pre-alpha, so there was no shadows or like anything. The lighting it was all just like a bright white light on every block from every which way. So it didn't look the best, but Minecraft has never been known for its graphics.
Right.
Which is a very big thing. And yeah, there was no crafting, no survival initially. It was what we would call creative mode now, except there was no flying. But creative mode, we'll get to in a little bit. And this was also kind of what is now. If this released today, it'd be most likely on a thing called Steam Greenlight, which is like something that helps early developers in early access, because this game would probably be considered an early access game at this point. Help fund money for the game. There was no such thing as like something like that. So he basically had to sell the game on the Minecraft like site by itself and be like, hey guys, it's not done yet. This is what we have, but if you buy it right now, you're gonna get the full game when it comes out. And boy, did it sell. Still, I think I don't have the numbers here exactly, but it sold like for a game in 2009, kind of crazy for like a game that's not even finished yet. So here we go. So the alpha was released in June 2010. Now this is probably when 2009, 2010 is when we first heard of Minecraft. I was gonna ask you around this point, do you remember how you first found out about Minecraft?
I don't remember if someone pointed me in the direction or if I just happened to find it myself, but my first experience was watching Nanners play Minecraft.
Okay. I was wondering if it was Nanners or the Yogscast or a guy named X.
X as in...
He's just X.
Okay. No, it's not the X I know
then. No. Nanners definitely one of my first ways to get there or to fan about Minecraft as well. But also there was this video that actually another inspiration about a week ago came across. It was X's first night in Minecraft, and I think that video is probably the most recent to how popular it is, like video of Minecraft itself. You could say that Paulosaurus Jr., another name, you definitely heard of that. His video was actually featured on the Minecraft site when he first released. It was actually like he actually did a tutorial on Minecraft.
Interesting.
And Notch put that on the website himself, as he thought it was such a good tutorial. But X's first night in Minecraft is a very, very old gem that I think it's kind of more of a niche, but I think it's the furthest back you can get with still having a crazy amount of views about Minecraft. Nanners is definitely up there too, though. So, in the alpha, he introduced survival mode.
Dun, 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 dun.
He introduced the health system as well. So, hey, you could get hurt by things. But how do you get hurt? Oh, he added mobs as well. So you had passive mobs. You had have been in the game since the beginning. We have the pig, sheep, cow, and chicken. And then we had the hostile mobs, which are the zombies, the skeletons, the spiders, and obviously, Austin,
the creeper.
Yes, the creepers. Now, I know this has been done to death, but do you know how the creeper was made?
Uh, wasn't it some sort of like glitch of some kind? Like that's not what the intention was.
Yes. So if you notice, the pig and the creeper back in Alpha Minecraft have the same block structure, block for block, except for where their legs are. That's the only thing that's different is the legs. And Notch accidentally moved the legs from the pig from like trying to like go like actual legs to the other side of the block. But he liked that design so much that he just made a new mob out of it. And it was a mob that, hey, blows up your stuff.
I am 25 years old, and there's nothing scarier than a random
Oh god.
creeper
No,
sneaking up on you.
I heard that.
I always joke with our buddy Aaron
Mm-hmm.
that Minecraft is a horror game.
It really is. It really is. And also, I saw this video the other day too that I've been on Minecraft binge as well. That if the creeper was added today, everybody would hate it.
Probably.
The only reason it's in the game is because it's been in it since the beginning. There's also a day and night cycle. Obviously, you need somewhere for the mobs to spawn, the hostile mobs. Added inventory, so you can move stuff in and out of your inventory. Added fall damage, added fire damage, and added lava. All the way back here, then too, there was multiplayer added as well. Shout out to the Yogscast. They are the first to do multiplayer like in a grand scale. Which Shadow of Israfel. Did you ever watch that?
I did not. I never got into the
You never a
Yogscast.
Yogscast kid?
Yeah.
Okay. I was.
I know a lot of people that did, but I wasn't one of them, unfortunately.
Actually, a weird memory. I remember watching the newest episode of their Minecraft Let's Play on DirecTV's YouTube function. That you had to type. It took you 20 minutes to type in a video, and it popped up, and there was no thumbnail. It was just the video. That was like, hey, this might be what you're looking for. That was like 2010. That's crazy.
I remember I got I believe it was an iPad for Christmas, and that's what I would watch all my CNNers Minecraft videos on, and then I found Captain Sparkles, and that just kind of you make your way through the Minecraft YouTubers.
Yeah, some good, some bad.
Yes.
I don't know if we'll have time for that today.
We don't need to shed some light on that.
Around this time, Notch kept his promise. He's like, hey, this game is not finished yet, but you can buy it, and I promise you it will be finished. There were as much as weekly updates to the game. Where every week there'd be a new update, adding something new or changing something, or adding just like even the smallest, like this is how the terrain generates in the world now. So he kept his promise, and he's like, there will be an end to this game of like finish. There will be an end to this game. Keep that in mind. Biggest thing, this was definitely the marketing for this game was almost 100% word of mouth. It blew up. Minecraft was kind of that perfect timing of YouTube gaming is getting really popular, and there's this game where you can do anything in, basically anything. In. So that those two kind of coincide with each other. I do believe YouTube would still be popular. I don't know if it would have seen the amount of growth it did without Minecraft, and there's no way Minecraft would have received the amount of growth it had without YouTube.
It was a perfect marriage at a perfect time.
Exactly. It was like the YouTube gaming sphere would not be what it is today without Minecraft, but there's no way that Minecraft would be a thing right now, or at least a popular game without YouTube. So, Austin, we have reached the beta. Beta released in December of 2010. See, only a few months between the alpha and the beta, but that's because Notch was going ham on the updates. He's like, I'm gonna release this. When the beta released, it was kind of that polishing of the game. There was stuff like Redstone getting released into the game, which is a huge feature that now allows people to allow you to play Minecraft in Minecraft,
Mm-hmm.
which is so wild. Improved connectivity and multiplayer kind of services. So multiplayer didn't always work the best in the alpha. Worked way better in the beta. You can actually play. Just overall performance of the game was way better in the beta. Added weather, so you could rain or thunderstorm. Added hunger, which I totally forgot about this. Hunger wasn't in the game in the alpha. It was only like food was only there to heal you.
Right.
They added a lot more crafting systems. Added farming, so you could farm for food now too. You could, yeah, you could like, and it had like the whole system of it needs light and stuff, but which was kind of cool at the time because I think it was cool that glass would allow crops to grow still. Like he thought about that stuff
Mm-hmm.
too. There were more biomes added, so this is where like the jungles, the ocean biomes, like the kind of cooler forests were added, and snowy weather was also added as well. In the Redstone, like you could literally like have like circuits and logic gates. If you know what those are,
Right.
yeah. Like people, you like need a computer science degree to just function in Minecraft Redstone now.
I've watched my fair share of Redstone YouTubers.
It's wild. And so this is also where dedicated servers for Minecraft also were allowed to be had. So if you have you ever tried to play on a Minecraft like server, like a big
Mhm.
server,
Yeah.
you know how crazy those stuff are.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when that first got added. But there's also the player could host the world as well, so you could have your friend could jump into the world without you being there,
Mm-hmm.
which was very very nice. All right, and then there's also the addition of the modding community and like the kind of the map community, like like the parkour maps and stuff. These were added, and a ton of mods were added because Minecraft was just a heavily modded game. I think mods were a lot more popular back than they are now.
I would probably agree with
Just
that.
yeah, just because Notch allowed that more, and it would because you'll get to it. Notch is no longer
Right.
in charge, but for probably good reason. But also, the game was just like more easily moddable because the code was just out there.
Right.
So
It's crazy how many core tenets of the game have been there for 15 years. Like, there are like, if you jump on and make a new world right now, a lot of the things you see were there 15 years ago. They obviously, the way the game functions, new items, new this, new that get added just to keep it fresh and something different and new. But it's basically the same game.
no, seriously. And I think that is like stuff gets added. I will commend whoever owns it now. We'll get to that in a little bit. That they do not just add stuff willy nilly and think about what they add. I do think they could add a little more, but I do appreciate that they are taking more of a less is more approach than a okay, here's just everything you guys want.
And I
it
think
becomes too complicated.
I think it's cool that they get the community involved, and it seems like every major update they let the community choose a new mob that can be introduced. I think things like that are also cool and keep the community engaged.
Sorry, what the heck? 1 second here.
Did you lose your notes?
No, they're just not moving. Give me a second. Well, while I'm fixing this, we could talk about the official release of Minecraft. Austin, I'm gonna ask your knowledge on Minecraft right now. What year did Minecraft get officially released?
2011.
It did get released in 2011. Do you know the exact date?
No. Is it in August?
You are close. Not really close, but like close. It was November 18th,
Okay.
2011. It was announced and celebrated at Minecon 2011.
I assume that's the first one.
I think it was the first one. Yes. All right, give me 1 second here. What the hell? If I lose my notes, I'm gonna be so mad. I can work without it, but here we go. Here we go. All right. Nice. Okay, I have them all. Sweet. I had a lot of notes, so that'd have been bad. So, I did forget to talk about this, but I wanted to talk about this. I did forget it. We're gonna talk about it now. So, Minecraft has a dimension released in the beta during Halloween. I think it was 2010. Do you know what dimension was released in Halloween? Your birthday. Just doxed you.
Yeah.
Released in 2010. I think it was 2010.
I'm gonna guess the Nether.
It was the Nether. Yes, the Nether. The first Nether update came, and they released Nether, where you could build a portal and go to basically what is hell in Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And so, Minecraft and Notch, Minecraft now has an official team during this time too. It's like, hey, we need an end to the game. What are we gonna call this thing?
It could be called so many things, Caleb.
Austin, what did they choose to call the end of the game?
The end.
Yes. So, Notch added, and the team added the end dimension, where you fought the Ender Dragon.
My personal favorite dragon. Shout out was that last episode or 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, 2 episodes ago. Yes, you fought the Ender Dragon, the final boss of the game, which added also Endermen, which were like kind of, if you're gonna say like zombies are like the easy enemies, skeletons are like the medium enemies, Endermen are like the hard enemies. Like they're the ones that are like, they hit hard, they teleport around.
I don't care how experienced you are in the game, you will die to an Enderman at some point.
Yeah, they're pretty difficult to fight. This also added the enchanting system, so weapons and armor and tools can have enchantments to make them a little better, such as fortune, which if you mine an ore with your pickaxe, it will have a chance of giving you 2 or 3 or more. Or you could have thorns on your chest plate, which if an enemy hits you, it'll damage them. Exactly. Infinity on a bow. You only need 1 arrow.
So nice.
Or everybody's favorite, mending.
Yes.
Which it'll take some of your XP and heal up your tool instead, because all tools have durability.
It's a different conversation, but I think the introduction of mending has single-handedly changed the way people play Minecraft more than just about any other thing they've added.
Well, yeah, if your tools would eventually break no matter what, I feel like it would change a whole lot. But I think it was a well added addition. So, this is the official release, 2011. I don't have the exact number here because there wasn't really an exact number to give, but the game had already sold millions of copies before the official release happened, which is just crazy, especially for 2011. Like the game's not even complete yet, and it's already sold more than most games of this time would dream of. So, this was kind of this era was kind of that transition of, hey, like, this is still technically in testing to this is a completed official project. Like, if they didn't add anything else to the game, Notch would have fulfilled his promise. And legally speaking, he would have been fine too. He's like, hey, I'm not done with the game yet. This is just the official release. I am, like, the game has basically, even to this day, been built on, it's going to be updated. Some new stuff is going to get added. And that trend kind of started here with Notch being like, hey, this is the game, but this isn't all you're going to get.
Which was a bold strategy.
Yes, which a lot of games see now, but you'll see in the gaming industry so much, especially around like the 2010s, that every game has some aspect of Minecraft in it now, and a lot of them have the updates. Like stuff needs to be updated, like Rainbow Six Siege, which we're playing right now.
No.
That has constant updates. That wouldn't really happen too often. Or if even Fortnite. Fortnite has constant updates. Well, it is a multiplayer live service game. It's still, you can harken it back to Minecraft. So, Austin, we have the official release of Minecraft. Minecraft is more popular than ever at this point. With an official release, a lot of people and players are like, hey, I'm not, that were a little sketched out, are now like, hey, this is a completed product. I can buy it for my kid now. I trust this product now. It is official. And it gets released on, during this time, this is about 2012 to 2015, I'd say. It's released on multiple consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, and also added to different things as well. So it was expanded to a global network, so it didn't matter what part of the world you were in, you could play Minecraft, which is crazy with how big it is. It became probably the biggest piece of gaming culture during this time, during the early 2010s, and even up to the late 2010s. There were SMPs getting really popular this time. You know what SMPs are?
Yes.
Survival multiplayers. For those who don't know, there were mini game servers which were really popular, like Hunger Games. There were challenge maps like Skyblock. Like the game just exploded. Like if you had a thought about something you could do in Minecraft, you went and did it at this time. The modding community exploded as well. Now the game has official code that can be used, that more modders are comfortable tinkering with. Added a ton of new stuff. There were adventure maps. There were puzzle maps. Parkour challenges got really popular this time as well. YouTube exploded. Minecraft became used as a classroom learning tool during this time.
Crazy.
It was an official game. People would use it to, instead of blueprints, they would use it for architecture to plan out something. It was crazy. And all this time, not while they weren't weekly or sometimes even monthly updates, there were constant updates happening to the game still. It was just crazy. And I do want to shout out around this time, because this is when Minecraft YouTube did explode. I do want to shout out some YouTubers that became popular. So I have to shout out the Augscast first. They, during the early stages of Minecraft, I think they were the #1 promoters of Minecraft. I don't think it's a question even, because they basically built the whole company off of, hey, we're the Augscast Minecraft. I think in their little series, and also their series was a little more mature as well. So it kind of brought that to, hey, this can be a kid's game, but it's literally for everybody. So Yogscast, shout out to them. Captain Sparkles, of course, I have to shout out him as well. He made all the cool parody songs first. You have to give him credit for that. Which is hilarious.
Crazy views on those things.
No, insane. I think I still the Viva La Vida V song.
That's probably my favorite one too.
I think
that music video was crazy.
I remember that one more than the actual Coldplay song.
I think so. I could, especially back then, 100%. Because what did he do? He did Viva La Vida. He did TNT Dynamite.
There's the Revenge one, which is the one I have here.
Yep, that's because that's the really big one.
Yeah, all the Minecraft parody songs, and he's just a huge Minecraft YouTuber. Would just do survival, different challenges, very very variety. Probably, I'd say during this early time as well, probably the biggest one person here. This one's controversial. I have to give credit where credit's due. Sky does Minecraft.
I knew you were gonna say
Yeah,
that too.
yeah. Okay, I do now. Let's not touch him.
Apt description.
Back then, good.
Yeah, he was crazy
Yeah,
popular.
there was
Yeah.
obviously the butter
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Gold is what butter was.
yeah, Paul Soros Jr., the dad who played Minecraft, he did a lot of like tutorials on Minecraft as well. Like he's more like getting his like kids to play
Mm-hmm.
and stuff as well. And then I did want to include Ant Venom as well.
I watched him a lot too.
Yes, he's also like more. He's more like the kind of classic like survival, but he also did little tutorials. But he's more like the classic, like more like Captain Sparkles. And then so after that, when YouTube did become super popular, we have a couple more here. We have, of course, Dan TDM.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, huge. I think he's probably the most like still relevant one out of all the Minecraft
not
YouTubers.
Yeah.
He's huge. And popular MMOs as well. These two kind of were like, huge for doing mods as well as just survival Minecraft and challenge videos. We have Stampy Longhead.
Yep.
I didn't watch him very. I think I was a little too old for him.
Yeah, I know a guy or two that watched him, but I never got into him.
Yeah, he's definitely the most kid friendly out of all these. I think.
Mm-hmm.
He'd like have this controversy with him. I really debated on a lot of these, so I chose only a couple.
Not a good look.
No. It was really hard. Like, because I do think YouTube is such a big part of Minecraft's like history.
It's a part of the story.
Again, I said like I don't think there would be a Minecraft as big as it is without YouTube, but a lot of these, not all these in particular, because we only named like 2 that actually have controversies so far, but a lot of them have like just crazy controversies.
You can Google it or
Yeah.
YouTube it. There's a lot of YouTube videos
Like
on it
Stampy
too.
himself doesn't have the controversy, but he was involved and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
which is Sky does Minecraft though.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's YouTube videos and all that stuff. You can just watch them.
Yes. And then I Ballistic Squid.
That's one I actually haven't heard of.
Yeah. The only reason I included him, there's a couple other people that I could have included, but the only reason I included him is because I still get his Skyrim videos recommended to me to this day. I don't know why, but I was like, oh yeah, he like played Minecraft for a while, so yeah, he's way back there. Then we have Mumbo Jumbo,
Which is my current favorite.
yeah. I mean, he's all the way back in like 2006 too. Like he's been doing videos for a while. And then like there's all the redstone stuff. All right, I will stop there for a little bit because that is kind of where we get to the Microsoft and Mojang acquisition. So, if you did not know, Minecraft is no longer owned by Marcus Pearson, aka Notch. In 2014, Microsoft acquired Mojang for $2.5 billion. You know who got most of that money?
Big Brother Bill.
Notch himself.
Oh,
Notch became an overnight billionaire by selling Mojang to Microsoft.
it's crazy. He probably, when did he start working on the game? 2009, you said? Or that's when the pre-alpha came out?
Yeah, like in 2008 is when he technically started working on it, but like the actual game.
So 2008, 6 years later, like that's crazy.
It's insane. He became one of the richest people in the world
Mm-hmm.
for something he did 6 years ago, like you said. So, part of it was that, hey, this is still up for debate. Microsoft was either like, hey, we don't want you. It's very weird. Microsoft does not like Notch currently, and it's theorized that they didn't like him to begin with, and they strongly pushed him out of Minecraft. Is the theory, is all alleged. A lot of people will say that I think Notch and Microsoft themselves will say it was a mutual separation. But if you create something like that, are you really gonna forgive, or are you really gonna give full control over to
Right.
somebody without like?
Even if you're not a control freak, you kind of are a control freak if it's your baby,
Yeah,
essentially.
it's kind of like but the thing is, the same thing happened with George Lucas, like the same year actually. So it's like, was it really just the dollar signs,
Yeah.
like in the eyes? But Microsoft's like, hey, this is Minecraft. We're gonna continue to support Minecraft and do updates. Updates were a little slower after this, obviously. But it also got expanded. So this is when it like got added to even more systems, and you could play it on like Apple, like a Mac or Linux or stuff like that. So, Austin, Minecraft is acquired by Microsoft, and Mojang is now owned. Oh yeah, Mojang is the company that made I forgot about that. Not really important. It is now, but not really important. Mojang, they're the developers. Microsoft is the owner. So, under new leadership, Microsoft's like, what can we do to really get this player base even growing better? I know. We'll release major updates. So, first, they added the cross-platform play and realms. Austin, what are realms for the people at home?
It's a private server, essentially, where it's not my world and I invite you to it and we can only play if I get on. It's you invite people. I think you have to pay to run it, right? And you can get on whenever.
So instead of doing what PC has been doing, they said, hey, if you want to play with your friends on console, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Here's the ability to host your own server that you don't have to get on, or somebody else doesn't have to be on for you to get on, but it's going to cost you money. So that was added. It was taken well by the community because it's like, hey, I can play with my friend who has an Xbox and who's never going to get a computer. I can play with them, just like you. Then they're like, hey, this game, the gameplay, it's like fun, but the combat kind of sucks.
Leaves a little to be desired.
We're gonna overhaul it.
Uh-huh.
And I want to let you guys know at this point as well, there are two versions of the game. There's the Java version and the Bedrock version.
I guess they both have their pluses and minuses, but there's a reason one's more popular than the other.
So if you're on console, you are locked to the Bedrock version of Minecraft. Too bad, so sad. Java, you can play both. People will say that Java is the better version, though Bedrock has some really cool features that Java doesn't have for some reason.
That I know Java players are jealous about.
Yes, but overall people would say that Java is the better version. Is that correct?
I would agree with that sentiment.
I think, which is really odd why there's two versions and not...
Makes zero sense.
Yeah, seriously. It's like, why not just have two versions? I don't know. Which also means that Java will get the updates first, and Bedrock will get it a few months later most of the time. So that means when all your friends who are playing on Java on the computer have this cool new Nether update, it's too bad, so sad, you don't get to play it.
Right.
So, next, like, hey, we need to add some life to this world. So, we're going to add pillagers in the Village and Pillage update and overhauled trading. So now, villages are way more lively, and it doesn't feel like you're in just the world by yourself anymore. It feels like there are actually people around you, and there's also more enemies to fight. Next, like, hey, this Nether area, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
We're gonna overhaul it, which when the Nether update was added, it was kind of like, wow, Minecraft's actually like this is like actually really good for the game, because a lot of people are very skeptical of Microsoft, as they weren't really doing much with Minecraft, even though people say like Notch would have updated it more. Uh, they Microsoft went, okay, how about this? A complete overhaul of the Nether.
And it needed it.
Needed it bad. And then they're like, hey, we'll do you one better. We're just going to overhaul the entire game and how it generates. In the Caves and Cliffs update, which was a disaster, because they promised a lot of stuff, and it took them, I think they said it was going to be 1 year, and it took them 3 years to do it in
It
2
just
different updates.
Back and back.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, they, which,
I have a funny anecdote about that.
say, $1 billion company, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember our buddy Aaron, we had a survival world for a long time because we thought it was going to come out, and this is on Xbox. We thought it was going to come out, and then it just kept getting pushed back and back. And so I remember we started a survival world, and I titled the world "Release the Caves and Cliffs Update." I remember that. I remember that specifically.
Gosh, 'cause it took so long to release. But hey, it's released now, and I think they're working on another update. Do the end update. Do something with the end, right? That's the thing
that's
that's
what
happening
everybody
right now.
wants.
Yeah. So,
Again, it needs it.
yeah. So each update would be adding new mobs and bosses, but also Microsoft added something called the mob vote,
Yes.
which we're going to get into more opinion-based topics as we get closer and closer to the present day. The mob vote was every Minecon, every year, there were 3 mobs introduced. And hey, you had to pick one of them to get introduced.
Mm-hmm.
And Mojang would add that. Now, if you know something about Minecraft in the Nether update, they released, I think it was 5 new mobs. I think it was something like that. I think it was like 5 new mobs. Maybe 4.
Seems about right. Yeah. If I'm at least 4, probably maybe 5.
It was 4 or 5 new mobs. Every year, and that took a year, as allegedly. You had to pick between a crab, like a crocodile, or a bird. And only one of them could get added.
Mm-hmm.
Because it took them too long to add anything else, apparently. $1 billion company, by the way.
Yeah.
Bought it for $2.5 billion. I don't know. But that was added in the stuff. New crafting systems were added. Just improved world generation overall. The Caves and Cliffs update completely overhauled how the game generated. So you could actually have big mountains, or you could have really, really deep caves. And around these kind of times, Minecraft was kind of dying on the YouTube space.
Yeah. Yes.
We're getting to another controversial figure. In 2009, a man by the name of PewDiePie
Mm-hmm.
decided, when Minecraft is slow, or it's very, very at its like lowest point it's ever been on YouTube, I'm gonna play Minecraft. Now, for those of you who don't know who PewDiePie is, he at the time was the most subscribed YouTuber of all time. He was the biggest. Mr. Beast is big now, but like back then, for how tight knit YouTube was, he was huge.
Mm-hmm.
And so he decided, hey, I'm just gonna load up Minecraft and play it, and it just exploded Minecraft YouTube. Like, it was insane how like just one little series exploded the popularity of Minecraft again. It was like record sales. And this is why Dream is so popular now.
Mm-hmm.
Cheater. Tommy Innit. And R.I.P. Technoblade. But that's kind of like it. We kind of are on that like kind of decline again with Minecraft content. Not as bad as it was in like 2018 though.
Mm-hmm.
Where a lot of people are doing and then say Luke the Notable as well with his I survived 100 days
Which
in Minecraft, which is
hardcore
Minecraft.
Yes.
Which also that also blew up into just like I did 30 days of this. I did 100 days. He spawned a whole, just not Minecraft, a whole genre on YouTube.
He's the goat of it though.
Yeah.
I remember watching those videos.
Oh, dude, they were like, they're the best to watch. So Minecraft, owned by Microsoft. They're a corporation. They're not going to sit on one game. They're like, we need actual money off of this thing. So, what did they do? Sorry, my mouth's getting a little dry. They released spin-off games, especially after the resurgence of Minecraft YouTube. So they released Minecraft Dungeons in 2020, which is like a dungeon crawling, Diablo-esque kind of game. Did cool stuff for the lore. Have your own opinions on it. Do you ever play it?
I played it for a little bit. For what it was, I enjoyed it.
But it was very much like a top-down, like kind of more, I'd say more like strategic game.
Definitely, yeah. Not a game that I really am eager to try again, I guess.
Yeah, it's like definitely Diablo-esque. If you're not a fan of that, there's no point.
Yeah.
There's also Minecraft Legends, which is a real-time strategy game. Do you ever play that?
I have not played that one.
That one, I've heard mixed things about it, but it's all right. And then there's also Minecraft Story Mode, which is like a Telltale Minecraft game where like you're not really playing and choices matter. It's a little different. I think it was pretty well received.
Yeah.
There were books and like merchandise, like the Minecraft joke book.
There's a cooking book, isn't there?
I do have the cooking book. I've made. Unironically, the cooking book has some bomb recipes in it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like the fudge in that is really good. And of course, came out was it last year? The Minecraft movie.
Yes, I think that was last year.
Yeah, the Minecraft featuring Jack Black,
Spider Jockey.
Yeah, Chicken Jockey.
That's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never saw the movie.
You never saw the movie?
But I did see all the Chicken Jockey memes. I did see that.
Gosh. Yes. You never saw That's crazy. I would expect you to see the movie. All right. So, Austin, we've reached the cusp of this little topic. And this is where I reveal to you how many people have bought the game Minecraft. Do you have another guess?
I'll just go up to 100 million because I don't even know. I have no idea.
Austin, you were still a little too conservative. It is estimated because a lot of these factors, or a lot of these are like different games, different versions, but it's estimated that it's sold at least 300 million copies.
It's a lot.
That is almost for every person in the United States to have a copy of Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like even like some random 80-year-old in rural Alabama has a copy of Minecraft, if you were to say that, which is wild. It is considered the best game, the best-selling game globally. It is definitely one of the most influential games of all time. It is just insane that it's also considered an indie game.
Right.
So Minecraft what's considered an indie game. Which, if you know the controversies that are happening right now in the video game industry, you know that a lot of AAA developers are kind of falling flat on their faces, while indie games, shout out to Mugenics, shout out to Slay the Spire 2, shout out to all the other indie games that are coming out right now. Those are the only two that I know that are pretty big right now. But shout out to them because they are dominating the industry right now in an industry that is releasing slop after slop that nobody wants to play. Shout out to High Guard. Screw that game. Shout out to Concord. Screw that game. Shout out to Marathon. Most likely screw that game.
Just hating. Hater.
Yeah, I'm a hater. Yeah. AAA sucks right now. And I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 will be good. And I'm really sad about that. But I do believe that indie games, as you can see, can grow to this because Minecraft did it.
Right.
And well, I don't think every indie game is gonna have the success of Minecraft. You can see that it was a lot of love and passion.
It's possible.
Yeah, but the main thing is Notch working on it every single day. It was his baby. It was his project, and now look at it. It shows that love and care really is the best way to sell a product.
Right.
So that is the story of Minecraft. Austin, any comments on the Minecraft?
No, it's a fun game, man. I like it. It's weird to me. It's not surprising that the type of game that Minecraft is, that it's, for all intents and purposes, the most popular game in the world. It is interesting that is the one that became as big as it did, because there's other games out there where it's essentially just make of this what you will. Here's an open sandbox or landscape. Do whatever you want. And it's interesting that Minecraft became the one. I want to know what maybe there's like psychology there. Maybe it's just better marketing. Maybe it's really the first of its kind.
I think I don't know exactly how it did either, but I do think it's a combination of it being like so innovative and original, but also I do. This is why I think that Microsoft is MOJ are taking the right approach with less is more, of just keeping the game as simple as it is, not making it super crazy, because you already have this gigantic infinite world, essentially almost infinite world, that there is no way that like you could see everything, and like there's so much stuff you can do in this, so many ideas you can do just this infinite world, that I think adding too much to that would ruin the experience.
You hear it all the time with current popular Minecraft YouTubers. They all have their ideas of what should be added to the game, but it always comes with the caveat of they believe it's not gonna fundamentally change Minecraft. They think that it'll just add to the Minecraft experience, which I think that's hugely important.
Like the Nether update, that was something that was insanely needed. It didn't. There's still like parts of the Nether that are like the old Nether, but there's like, hey, we added these cool new biomes in Nether, so it's not just you're seeing the same thing every 20 blocks, which it takes like 2 seconds to walk 20 blocks. Like, and that's why I think people want the end update, is because it's kind of what the Nether was.
Right. It's because the end has its uses for new players or people just getting into it. It's still fun to go and kill the Ender Dragon and beat the game. You know, it's fun to get Elytra, which are wings that help you fly around. But there's 2 blocks, 3 essentially in the end, and it could use a little love.
Yeah, exactly. And I think all the like the biggest updates they've had recently, like the Caves and Cliffs update, the main thing was raising and lowering the build limit, which they add mountains and stuff, but all that was in service of the game. Now, if they add like random flying dragons that could go around, I feel like that would take away from the experience of it is. Like, imagine, like, people already hate the Phantoms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so imagine
Yeah.
having something like that, but 10 times as big and is like in the daytime or something like that too. It's like
Right.
that'd be more of an annoyance than a
Mhm.
added feature. Whereas like you add a goat at the top of a mountain, that makes sense.
Right.
And doesn't fundamentally change what Minecraft is.
Mm-hmm.
I think my biggest thing I would like to see in the game is more like bosses. That's
Mhm.
like Terraria. Like take that if you ever watch Terraria, like they have a ton of bosses. That's like the only thing that I think would be like a good big change.
Right. I mean, it's not super recent, but with the Deep Dark, they added another one in the Warden.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's the Warden, there's the Ender Dragon, and there's the Wither.
And the Elder Guardian.
And the Elder Guardian, yes. Yep, almost forgot about that one. That one's a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
To
But
take on.
I also think it's like so cool.
Oh, it's very cool.
Like
yeah,
I think it's like the ocean. I forgot to mention the ocean update, but the ocean update was also insanely
Yes.
needed too. Like adding more like fish, adding dolphins, adding ocean monuments.
Making it more lively,
Exactly.
more
like,
interesting.
Like the world isn't changed completely. It's just there's more things to do.
And I think that's what the end, because the end. So if Nether is hell, the end is it's almost space.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So how much terrain do you want to add? Do you want to make it feel like different moons or planets? I don't know how you go about doing that. I don't get paid enough money to figure that out. But there's definitely some livelihood that probably needs to occur in that dimension while keeping the idea of space.
Like, yeah, like almost like it'd be cooler to have like, the portals you have to like get outside. Like imagine like one of those takes you to an island, and then there's another one there that takes you to another island that's like different, and then it keeps being like different, like planets or moons,
Right.
like One Piece.
It boggles my mind. I'm curious, maybe you have the same answer as I do. What do you think the biggest mod that's ever existed for Minecraft is? Because I have one, and I cannot believe it has become a part of the game. It hasn't become a part of the game. It just makes so much sense with what's already there.
See, what's funny is I don't know what the biggest one is, but I know my favorite is creeps and weirdos. like that added such a cool part to the game, which I think is like something like that would be cool to add to the game. Like just random just weird stuff that's not necessarily like in that like should be in the game, but it could be.
Could be.
What do you think? Is it Tekkit?
No. It's a good one, though.
Yeah.
I can't believe that, and I don't want this to be introduced in the game before the end gets its love that it needs, but...
Oh, is it the Aether?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about that, too.
It just makes so much... Like, the first second dimension you added was the Nether, which is hell, and the Aether was essentially the opposite. It was heaven.
No, and it makes so much sense, too, because you have to go to the Nether...
To get...
To heaven, yeah.
Because the portal for the Nether is obsidian, which you get by, mixing lava and water and all that stuff. And then you go to the Nether and you get glowstone to make a glowstone portal, and you get to go to the Aether. And
it is very surprising. And mods have no copyright, so Minecraft could just do that.
Right. And if that is in the larger plans, that's not going to happen for years.
No. Elder Scrolls 6 will probably be released before that. Our own kids will be playing the Aether.
They could be. What's the long running joke? Was it like there's like a Half-Life joke to be made there, isn't there?
Like the game? Morgan?
I think so.
Gordon Freeman?
I think so.
Oh, Half-Life 3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like our kids will eventually be able to play Half-Life 3 when we're like on the next generation will be able to play it at some point. Yeah. Half-Life 3 is never getting released either.
Never. Ever.
But the Steam machine's coming out, so
maybe you never know.
Okay, I think we've been going.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts about Minecraft, Austin?
I have plenty, but I think we're on like an hour of Minecraft talk.
I think so. If you guys like that Minecraft talk, you guys should give us a nice subscribe or watch our other episodes, like the last one where we talked about the Baseball World Classic. Is that how you say it, right?
World Baseball Classic.
World
Same
Baseball
difference.
Classic. And Pokemon.
And Pokemon, yes.
Which there. Guess what? There's a popular Pokemon mod for Minecraft.
This is true.
So you guys should listen to that and all the other ones. We had a nice B&B episode too. If you guys don't like to hear all this just random, like explaining talk, you can just listen to me and Austin talk one on one.
101. That was episode 20, I think.
Yes, episode 20. Austin, where else can they find us?
They can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTube. That's where you can either watch or listen to us. We also have an Instagram and a TikTok. So
and that's pretty much it so far.
Yeah. So far, we had a recent YouTube short or a TikTok that people seem to enjoy, something different, a little adjacent to what we do.
Yeah, if you like that too, there'll probably be more to come now that there's more time and it's getting lighter out and seasonal depression is finally gone away.
The creative juices have only just begun flowing.
Exactly. And I learned how to edit better. So I've been watching a lot of videos. You guys might see some, probably not in this episode. Well, all right. I'm Caleb.
And I am Austin.
And thank you for listening to Balls and Blasters, episode 25.